Michael Bourne.
Bourne spent the better part of 2 years at First Energy Stadium, garnering Eastern League All-Star honors both seasons. He combined to hit .270 with 14 triples, 68 stolen bases, and 142 runs scored over his 215 games, and garnered a reputation as a phenomenal defensive outfielder, leading the EL with a .997 fielding percentage and 21 assists in 2005.
Gary Burnham.
Burnham played for the Reading Phillies in parts of 3 seasons over the decade, hitting more homers and driving in more runs than any other R-Phil in the 2000s. He led the 2001 R-Phils with a .318 batting average and was second on the team in homers and RBIs, earning him a spot on the Eastern League's postseason All-Star team. He returned to baseball town in 2006, turning in a season to remember. In just 80 games, Burnham hit .341 with 16 homers and 60 RBIs, and in the process set the all-time franchise record for home runs, finishing with 56.
Marlon Byrd.
Byrd is one of only 2 Reading Phillies to earn an Eastern League MVP in the decade. In his dominating 2001 campaign, he hit .316 with 28 home runs, 89 RBIs, 108 runs scored, and 32 stolen bases, and ranked in the league's top 5 in 9 major offensive categories. The first player in R-Phil's history to hit 20 homers and swipe 20 bases in the same season, Byrd was equally adept in the field, leading all EL outfielders with a .994 fielding percentage.
John Castellano.
Castellanos set a then-franchise record by hitting .340 in 2004. He also led the R-Phils in hits and on-base percentage, and his 18 home runs and 68 RBIs were second on the team, trailing only Ryan Howard. 3 times he compiled hitting streaks of 10 games or more, and his consistency at the plate earned him a spot on the league's midseason and postseason All-Star teams. He would also spend short stints in baseball town in 05 and 06, combining to hit .313 with 4 homers and 30 RBIs over 53 games.
Jack England.
England was unquestionably the R-Phil's team MVP in 2003, batting a team-high .284 and leading the club in home runs with 24, RBIs with 103, runs scored with 86, and doubles with 27. His homer and RBI totals were also good enough to lead the league, putting England in rare company with Greg Lozinski as the only R-Phils to win those 2 legs of the Triple Crown in the same season.
Greg Jacobs.
Jacobs was the 2007 R-Phils team MVP, leading the squad with a .310 batting average while swatting 21 homers, scoring 75 runs, and driving in 83. An in-season and postseason All-Star, he etched his name in the Reading Phillies record book by hitting 39 doubles, tying him with David Doster for the team's all-time single-season record.
Jason Michaels.
Michaels was a critical component of the 2000 Southern Division champion squad. He tied for the team lead with a .295 batting average and led the team with 30 doubles. He also had 10 homers, 74 runs batted in, and 71 runs scored. In the postseason, Michaels excelled to the tune of a .300 batting average with 3 home runs and 5 RBIs in 7 games.
Chris Roberson.
Roberson had a breakout season for the R-Phils in 2005, setting personal career highs in nearly every major offensive category. He hit .311 with 15 homers, 24 doubles, 34 stolen bases, and 70 RBIs, while leading the Eastern League in runs with 90 and hits with 172. The 172 hits were good enough to make Roberson the single-season Reading Phillies record holder.
Michael Taylor.
Taylor played just 86 games for the R-Phils in 2009, but made the most of his time in Reading by hitting .333 with 15 home runs, 65 runs batted in, 59 runs scored, and a .569 slugging percentage. He also proved to be a skillful base stealer, taking 18 bases in 22 attempts. His honors included being voted an All-Star both in-season and postseason, and winning the league's Rookie of the Year award.
Erich Blunt.
Blunt hit a modest .258 in 2000, but was easily the R-Phil's top run producer. He led Reading with 24 home runs, 90 RBIs, 70 walks, 81 runs scored, and a .467 slugging percentage. He was also slick with the leather, ranking first in the league with 16 outfield assists, not to mention preserving the only perfect game in franchise history by making a dramatic sliding catch with 1 out in the final inning.